My child, if only you knew who whispered your name this morning, while you were asleep, you wouldn't waste a second. Beloved, a presence in heaven has been reaching out to you through Archangel Michael, waiting patiently for hours, hoping you would finally open this message. If your heart fluttered even slightly when you read this, it's no accident. It means you were meant to receive this now, not at some later time. God says, if they let this moment slip again, it will disappear and never come back. Before we proceed, take a moment to subscribe so you never miss what heaven intends to send your way. The next message could carry an even greater urgency. This channel is unique, brave enough to reveal the truths many others hide. Today is August 12th and this isn't just any message, it's specifically meant for you. At exactly 3:33 a.m., your name echoed through the heavens, and Michael was commanded to act. Since then he has been trying to contact you through signs, dreams, even strangers crossing your path. But now this is his final call. Open this now, Michael urges, his voice trembling with divine urgency. You are not safe unless you hear what's coming. There is a secret messenger coming to your home, not a metaphor but a reality, a divine courier en route. Yet here's the troubling truth, someone on earth is trying to stop this delivery. They know the hidden truth meant for you, and will attempt to intercept it, if you delay even for minutes. Michael pleads, don't skip this again, you nearly missed it yesterday. You felt it, haven't you, that unusual pressure in your chest, a sensation that something is nearing, though you can't quite explain it. That wasn't anxiety, that was your spirit recognizing a shift. The angels have begun their work, and now you must decide if you will be ready. This messenger carries more than words, they carry your destiny. A decision made in heaven concerning your name will change everything. However, those around you, some smiling innocently, secretly plan to block this message before it reaches your doorstep. Heaven is fully aware of their schemes, but you need not fear. Archangel Michael has stepped in. He has assigned 2 guardian angels specifically for you. As long as you listen and open your heart, protection surrounds you from any harm meant to come your way. What's most mysterious is that the one delivering this message has watched you closely for a long time. They know things about you that no one else does, they've wept over your name. Last night they received permission to connect with you. Yet Michael warns, if you open this too late, the connection will be lost. Think carefully, who did you lose without closure? Who left your life with prayers unanswered, promises broken, or truths unspoken? That person is linked to this message. They have pleaded with heaven to send you what they could never say before they departed. This explains why you've been waking at odd hours, why certain numbers keep appearing, why your dreams feel different. It's no accident, you have been spiritually prepared for this sacred reveal, now moments away. But be cautious, someone suspects you might be uncovering the truth. They've been assigned to distract you, to exhaust you, divert your focus, convince you this is just another ordinary video. But it's not, this message is the turning point. God says, if they open fully, tears will fall, not from sorrow but from understanding why everything unfolded as it did. Heaven has observed your silent suffering, your doubts about your worth, your act of strength for others, while quietly holding back tears at night. You were never alone, not even for a second. Now the time has come to grasp why the silence existed, and what it was protecting. You might feel chills as you read this, not from cold but because your soul is awakening. God says, "Beloved, the courier is nearer than you realize." They arrive without loud footsteps, moving in silence, like a whisper from heaven, disguised in earthly form. If you aren't spiritually alert, you might mistake them for a stranger. But listen carefully, they will speak a word or phrase only you would recognize. That is your sign. Don't ignore or question it, because heaven never repeats itself in the exact same way. This secret delivery is more than a message, it's a mirror revealing who you truly are, before the world tried to rewrite your identity. It's a scroll containing forgotten dreams, promises, powers, and a profound truth that will release you from a generational curse that has shadowed your family for decades. Yes, the curse is real. And yes, it ends with you, but only if you open what heaven sent. God says, they must learn what was buried in their bloodline. A vow was made long ago and it has yet to be broken. But now is their moment to break it, for they are not like those before them. They were sent to restore what was lost. This is why your life has felt so heavy lately, why you've carried burdens that don't belong to you. You've been carrying spiritual luggage from ancestors, pain, heartbreak, betrayal, all packed into your soul as if it were yours. But it's not. This messenger brings the key to unlocking that weight. If you skip this, the burden will remain. But if you open with faith, you will feel a peace unlike any you've known in years, not the kind people fake, or the silence mistaken for peace, but a deep lasting peace. This peace will quiet the storms inside, ease the restless thoughts, and calm the anxious heart. It will wash over you like a healing river, restoring your spirit, renewing your strength. You will begin to remember who you were before the shadows fell, a bright soul full of hope and promise. God says, this is the turning point. This is the moment you were made for. Open your heart, let go of fear, receive what heaven offers. No matter how dark the path has been, the dawn is coming. You are not alone. Archangel Michael stands with you, guarding your steps, fighting the battles you cannot see. The angels sing over you, surrounding you with light and love. So now is your choice, will you receive this message? Will you open your heart to the healing and restoration waiting for you? Don't delay, don't hesitate. Heaven has come near, and this opportunity won't come again in this way. Remember, this is your moment, the sacred reveal, the next chapter in your story, the breaking of chains, and the restoration of destiny. It all starts when you decide to open the door. If you felt this message touch your soul, don't keep it to yourself. Share your readiness to receive in the comments below. Let the light spread, so others who are searching may also find their way. The courier is almost at your door. The heavens are watching. God says, open now and step into the life you were created for. Your journey back to peace and purpose begins here. But real holy soul cleansing peace. The kind that lets you breathe without guilt. The kind that lets you laugh again without shame. The kind that makes you look in the mirror and smile without needing anyone to validate you. This is what's being sent to you. But not everyone will be happy when you receive it, Michael says. There are people who benefit from your confusion. People terrified of your awakening, because the moment you realize who you truly are, they lose control. They've already felt the shift beginning. That's why you've noticed strange behavior from others lately. That's why some people you trusted suddenly turned cold, why others avoid you without explanation. It's not your fault. Their spirit senses yours is rising, and that scares them. But heaven is not asking you to explain yourself to anyone. God is not asking you to be perfect, He's asking you to be open. Just open this message and be willing to receive. You were never meant to stay in confusion. That was never your final destination. It was merely the valley before your mountaintop, the waiting room before your miracle. And this miracle, O beloved, it has your name carved into it, not just written. Carved. Because God didn't write your blessing with ink, He carved it into divine timing. That means it cannot be erased, only delayed if you turn away. But right now heaven is declaring, this is the moment, the time is now. The courier arriving is not just delivering freedom, they're bringing revelation about your future, your love life, your finances, and about someone you've trusted who was never sent by God. Michael says, there is one among them who smiles too easily, speaks too sweetly, but harbors envy inside. They tried to delay this message, attempted to block the courier, but heaven overruled their interference. That is why you are here, because no weapon formed against you will prosper, if you listen to the voice of the angel who has never stopped watching over you. Archangel Michael was there when you cried alone. He stood guard by your bedside, when you thought no one could see your pain. He whispered to God, please one more chance for them, one more attempt, I believe in them. And God said, send the courier, send the message. That moment is now. As your eyes scan these words, your spirit is remembering something your mind forgot, a promise made, a calling placed, a divine inheritance that someone tried to steal from you. But they cannot steal what heaven has already assigned, unless you give it away by ignoring this. Michael says, my beloved, if you open this with your whole heart, your timeline will shift. Your enemies will be exposed, and your spirit will begin to glow as it hasn't in years. That glow will attract new people into your life. People sent to help, not to use. People who will see your soul, not just your struggles. People who will love you in places others only judged. But first you must allow this message to complete its journey. The courier awaits your final signal. That signal is you saying yes. Say yes, say it out loud, say it in your soul, say it in silence, say it with faith, even if your heart still trembles. Because Michael is watching, holding back the darkness with one hand, while reaching toward you with the other. You are not alone, you are not late, you are not forgotten, you are chosen. Michael trembles, not with fear but with holy anticipation, because he knows what is written in the scroll the courier carries. He's seen your name glowing in golden ink, not once but twice. The first was at your birth, the second is this very moment, when you finally open this message. Do you feel that warmth rising in your chest? That is the beginning of your breakthrough. Because the courier carries more than just a message, they carry a name. A name you once trusted, a name that vanished, a name that lingers in your dreams and secret memories. Michael says, it's time to know the truth. This name is tied to a vow made and broken. But God never forgot it. Today this name is about to return to your life. But here is what makes it divine: this time they come not empty-handed but bearing an offering, a revelation, a confession, something they were too afraid to say before. And the moment you read it, your heart will tremble, because it's what you always suspected but never had proof for. You have waited long enough for closure. Now is the time for that closure, Michael says. Your spirit has carried the weight of betrayal, silence, and unanswered prayers for too long. Tonight the veil lifts. This message is a key, unlocking what was hidden. You might remember moments of pain or sudden clarity. You might feel a presence near you, or an unexpected comfort in a quiet place. That is Michael's work, the sacred restoration beginning. He says, this is not just about healing wounds. It's about reclaiming your power, and resetting your path. Your life has been heavy, because you were carrying burdens not meant for you. Spiritual chains passed down through generations, packed with pain, heartbreak, and betrayal. But the courier brings the key to release you. If you ignore this, the weight remains. But if you open it with faith, peace will fill you, not the shallow peace people pretend to have, but the deep soul-cleansing peace that lets you breathe without guilt, laugh without shame, and smile at yourself without seeking approval. Michael says, this is your reset moment, your rebirth, your awakening. He urges, don't be afraid of what comes next. The darkness fears your light. People around you might try to pull you back into old cycles, to confuse you, to cloud your vision. But heaven has sent reinforcements. Michael says, your angels surround you right now, guarding every step. They will not let anything unholy touch your destiny. You might feel their presence as warmth, a sudden calm, or an inexplicable knowing. That is your divine protection. Now more than ever, you must listen to your spirit. Let go of what no longer serves you. Release the pain, the fear, the doubt. Michael says, let go, beloved, it's time to rise. Tonight the spiritual skies are opening. A new chapter begins, written in light and sealed by heaven. Your name glows brighter than ever. Your story is unfolding exactly as it was meant to. No longer bound by the past, you are stepping into a future of purpose, joy, and divine favor. Michael says, this moment will echo through your life forever. You are more than what you have endured. You are a child of heaven, and heaven will never forsake you. So breathe deeply now, feel the shift inside, know that you are seen, loved, and chosen. The courier's arrival is not the end but the beginning. Your journey toward freedom, truth, and restoration has just taken its first sacred step. And Michael stands with you unwavering, holding the light, clearing the path, protecting your destiny. You are not alone, you never were. Now open your heart, say yes. Because your miracle is here. And it is waiting for you. You've waited long enough for clarity. And heaven agrees. That's why this message was sent. God says, beloved, the one who left was never truly gone. They were rerouted, not rejected. They had to walk a hard path to understand what they had with you. And now they're ready to speak the truth. But listen carefully, you must not rush this. You must not force the outcome. You must simply receive and allow the truth to arrive in perfect timing. That's what the courier brings, not just an answer but divine timing. You'll recognize it because the signs will come one after another like clockwork. The number 333 will appear again and again. A door in your home will creak when no one is near. You'll hear your name spoken in a dream by a voice not of this world. That's how you'll know the moment is almost here. God says, tell them this clearly. They are not imagining it. They are not losing their mind. They are hearing heaven. You've always been gifted, but you were taught to fear your sensitivity. Taught to label it overthinking, when in truth it was discernment, the Holy Spirit moving within you. Now those gifts are returning, reactivating the parts others tried to bury deep inside you. You are not only meant to receive this message, you are meant to carry it forward. There's someone else in your bloodline who's been waiting for you to awaken, someone still living, someone you barely speak to, someone whose eyes always seem too heavy, too empty. God says, this message will unlock two doors, one in you, one in them. And when both open, the blessing will double. That's how heaven operates. It never sends miracles one at a time, it sends them in waves. And today the tide is turning in your favor. But this next part requires care, because the courier carries more than joy, they carry a warning. God says, tell them someone is watching, not to help, not to love, but to deceive. There's someone in your life pretending to celebrate you, but their spirit is unsettled by your light. They have sensed your miracle rising. Instead of cheering, they are plotting. They speak your name behind closed doors, planting doubt in others' hearts about you. They laugh at the idea you could rise. But heaven has heard every word. That is why the courier was sent, not just to deliver but to protect. This messenger wears divine armor. The moment they enter your space, no curse can reach you. No lie can cling. No betrayal can pierce through. God says, I sealed it with fire, I wrapped it in wings, I warned the spirits of darkness to stay away. And now it's on its way. You are meant to carry this forward, because of the one waiting in your bloodline, the one with heavy empty eyes. God says, when these two doors open, your blessings will multiply. But here is what you must do now, prepare your spirit to receive this message. How? By releasing anger, by letting go of shame, by refusing to scroll past this as if it's just another message. It is not. This is the one. The one heaven whispered about when you almost gave up. The one your grandmother prayed for before she left. The one your soul longed for but didn't know how to ask. This is it. Take a deep breath and say it aloud, I receive. Because when you say those words, a spiritual chain begins to break. When it does, your life will shift so powerfully, that even those who doubted you will be forced to admit, surely the hand of God is upon them. God is smiling now, because He feels your faith rising. You don't need to understand the full plan yet, all you need to know is this, the courier is coming and they bring more than words. They bring justice, restoration, revelation, and a specific miracle that will transform your finances in ways you never dared to pray for. Yes, even the parts of your life you try not to think about, the bank account numbers, the debts, the dreams you buried because you thought you were too late. God says, tell them heaven has no concept of too late, only right now. And beloved, this moment is your right now. God pauses. His wings still stretched wide behind him, shielding you from unseen forces. His eyes glow softly, but hold a sacred warning. What comes next is a secret heaven never reveals unless the time is right. God says, beloved, you are not who you think you are. You are more. You were never born ordinary. You were never meant to blend in. There is something ancient about you, something timeless. You carry a legacy older than you realize, one woven into your very spirit, waiting to be awakened. This legacy explains the heaviness you felt, the burdens not your own but passed down through generations. God continues, this is why your heart has carried weight, without knowing why. This is why certain memories and feelings seem like shadows in your soul, but they aren't yours to keep. You were given these burdens, to break the chains for those who came before you, and those who come after. The courier is not only bringing you answers, they're bringing keys to unlock these chains. And God says, when you accept this, you'll feel a shift inside you. A peace so deep, it's unlike anything you've experienced. This peace will not erase your struggles overnight, but it will lighten your load, soften your steps, and prepare you for what lies ahead. This is your birthright, your divine inheritance. God warns, but be vigilant. Not everyone around you wishes to see you rise. Some will try to pull you back, into confusion, fear, or doubt. Their intentions are hidden, their words sugar-coated. But your spirit will know. You'll feel the difference between those who truly support your awakening, and those who seek to dim your light. God says, lean into those who uplift you. Let go of those who drain your energy. And when you face challenges, remember you are surrounded by angels. You are guarded by Michael himself. His sword is drawn against every plan designed to harm you. God promises, your story is rewriting itself. This chapter holds the answer to every question, the healing for every wound, the blessing for every sacrifice. Your breakthrough is not a promise for tomorrow, it is happening now, in this very moment. So beloved, listen closely. When the courier arrives, open your heart fully. Receive without fear or hesitation. Speak the words that God has already placed in your soul, but you have yet to say aloud. I am ready, I am open, I receive the truth, the blessing, the freedom that has been sent for me. God says, this is your time. The time to walk into your destiny, fully awakened and fully protected. The time to step into the light you were born to carry. Trust this moment. Embrace the shift. The miracle is coming. It carries your name. It carries your story. It carries your future. And God says, watch closely, believe deeply, receive fully. Because heaven's hand is moving, and nothing will ever be the same again. A spark from before the beginning of time, a piece of God's breath, was placed into your chest, the day you were formed. And since that day, angels have been assigned to monitor your growth, your pain, your patterns, your prayers. You've been studied by both sides, light and dark, because both sides know you are not average. The enemy tried to make you forget this, through heartbreak, through loss, through confusion, through rejection. Every time someone hurt you and walked away, the enemy whispered, "See, you're not worthy." But it was never true. Because if you weren't worthy, the courier wouldn't be coming. Michael says, if only they knew how many times the darkness tried to cancel this delivery. If only they knew how much was risked in heaven, just to make sure it reached them. Yes, even heaven has its battlegrounds. Even angels sometimes face resistance, when they are carrying messages like this. Because this message doesn't just change your life, it disrupts what hell tried to plan against your name. There was a file created on you, beloved. Not in a police station, not in a government building, but in the unseen realm. The enemy kept a list, a timeline, a strategy, to make sure you would never awaken. But today you broke the code. You opened what they swore you'd skip. And now that you've seen this, you cannot unsee it. And that's exactly what heaven wanted. Michael says, because now the power shifts. Let me tell you what happens next. Not in fantasy, but in divine reality. Within the next 72 hours, you will notice 3 things. 1. A name from the past will show up in a dream, a text, or a conversation. When you hear it, pay attention. That name is tied to a door that is about to reopen. 2. A small delay will happen. Don't panic. It will feel frustrating at first, but Michael says, the delay is the disguise. Something is being rerouted in your favor, behind the scenes. 3. A number will appear repeatedly, 3, 7, or 11. This is not coincidence. It is the divine countdown. The courier is approaching. And when they arrive, you'll feel it. The energy in the room will shift. The lights may flicker. You might feel a breeze, even when the windows are closed. You'll hear a word spoken, either in your heart, in your ears, or through a person who doesn't realize they're being used as a messenger. And that word will awaken everything. Michael says, this is the part that matters most. Once they hear the word, they must not ignore it, because the word will unlock the rest of the message. The part about their soulmate. Yes, your soulmate is involved in this. They've been searching. They've been struggling. They've been wondering if you still think of them. If you still believe, if you still carry the memory of them, not just in your mind, but in your spirit. You do. Even if you try to hide it, even if you try to move on, even if you tell yourself you're over it, the truth is, your souls never separated. Time and distance are illusions, when it comes to divine love. Michael says, their heart still calls out for you, and you've heard it, but you didn't know how to respond. But now, the response has already begun, through this message. This is the bridge, this is the signal, this is the invitation. And the courier is carrying the part, they were too afraid to say themselves, the truth about how they feel. So what will you do? Will you ignore it? Will you wait again? Or will you open your heart, and let the healing begin? Because this message isn't just about warning. It's about return. Return of love, return of vision, return of peace, return of who you were before you were broken. Michael is watching your choice. Not because he's judging, but because he's protecting. He's ready to fight for you, but only if you're ready to receive what he fought for. So right now, speak this softly. I welcome the courier. I receive the truth. I allow the light. That simple statement breaks the last chain. And now heaven can begin the real work. Because what comes next is the most mysterious part yet. Michael exhales slowly, like someone who's been holding a breath for too long. And then with the gentlest voice he says, "Are you sure you're ready for the next part?" Because what comes now isn't easy to hear, but it is necessary to know. The courier is no ordinary messenger. They were chosen long ago, not just by God, but by someone who left this world with something unsaid. Yes, someone who passed away, someone you loved, is part of this. Their spirit has been trying to reach you, for longer than you realize. The dreams, the signs, the strange feelings at midnight, these are all echoes of their attempt to break through the veil. Michael says, this message is their voice, their last chance to be heard, to heal what was broken between you. This is why you've been feeling restless, why your heart races at unexpected moments. This is why you find yourself looking at old pictures, or rereading messages you thought you deleted. Because something unfinished is calling you home. Michael warns, but be careful. Not everyone who approaches with a smile carries truth. Some are shadows in disguise, sent to mislead. The courier carries a warning, as well as a gift. They bring clarity about who is genuine, and who hides behind a mask. The truth will be harsh, but it will free you. Michael says, you will know by their actions, not their words. The ones who truly love you, will step forward in light, not hide in darkness. So prepare your spirit. The journey ahead is both healing and revealing. You may cry. You may feel anger. You may face confusion. But through it all, remember this. You are not alone. You are protected. You are loved beyond measure. Michael says, hold on to your faith, for it is your shield against the unseen. The courier is arriving, with answers that will reshape your understanding of your past, and redefine your future. A truth buried deep will surface, a secret held in silence will be spoken. This is the turning point. The moment your soul has been waiting for. Michael urges, embrace it with open arms, even if it frightens you. Because what you receive, will set you free from chains, you didn't even know you wore. And as this message unfolds in your life, you will find strength you never believed you had. You will find peace that is unshakable. You will find love that heals. And most importantly, you will find yourself again. Now take a deep breath. Prepare your heart. The courier is almost here. And when they arrive, your life will never be the same. The time has come. The moment is yours. Will you accept it? Michael is watching. Waiting. Ready to walk with you, through the next chapter. Your breakthrough begins now the moment you finally opened your spirit and allowed me to speak through Michael, through my messenger, through this courier I sent just for you. Everything shifted. I have stood beside you in your darkest hours, carrying your prayers as if they were my own. I have heard every whispered hope, every silent cry, every secret plea your heart has made, when you thought no one was listening. But I was always listening, I was always near. This is why the courier comes now, not just with words, but with power. Power to break chains, to shatter illusions, and to restore what was stolen long ago. The message they bring will awaken memories buried deep within your soul, memories of who you truly are, beyond the pain, beyond the fears, beyond the confusion that tried to drown your light. Michael has guarded this moment fiercely, he says. Tell them they were chosen for this awakening, not by chance, but by divine design. This is their appointed time. Listen closely, beloved, because the truth about your past will reveal the path to your future. The courier carries not only your own story, but also the threads of your ancestors intertwined with yours. Some of those stories were silenced, some were twisted by fear and betrayal, but heaven has preserved the truth. And that truth will set you free. There is a vow, a sacred vow that someone before you took, a vow to protect and to hold on until the right moment. And that moment is now. Michael says, they did not break the vow, but the time has come for you to fulfill it. You are the heir to this sacred promise. It is the promise of restoration, renewal, and rebirth. But beware, beloved, for as the light grows, so does the darkness try to blur your vision. The enemies of your destiny are already stirring, working to create doubt and fear within you. They will try to distract you with lies and distractions, whispers that make you question your worth and your calling. But you must remember who stands with you. Michael's wings spread wide, blocking every shadow, every attack, every attempt to pull you back into the past. You are protected by the highest orders of heaven. The courier is a living shield, a guardian of your destiny. And Michael says, tell them no weapon formed against them will succeed, because they are under divine protection. This is not empty reassurance, it is a powerful decree, backed by eternal forces. Now take a moment and feel the shift around you. That heaviness that weighed down your spirit, the doubts that clouded your mind, they are beginning to fade. The courier brings light in a way you haven't felt in years. It's a light that will illuminate your path, reveal hidden blessings, and open doors you thought were locked forever. You may begin to see signs, a butterfly, a flicker of light, a song that suddenly plays at the right moment, a word that strikes your heart. These are not coincidences, but divine confirmations. Michael says, when they see these signs, they must trust them, for these are the language of heaven, spoken just for them. And beloved, this message carries more than just guidance. It carries healing, deep soul-level healing. Healing for the wounds that you hid even from yourself, healing for the scars left by betrayal, abandonment, and loss. The courier's arrival signals the start of restoration, a restoration that will ripple through your life, touching every relationship, every dream, every hope you have. Your family's story is being rewritten, not by human hands, but by divine hands. The chains that once bound your ancestors will break in your generation. The burdens passed down will be lifted, because you are the chosen vessel of this breakthrough. You are the key to unlocking a legacy of freedom and joy. Michael says, tell them to prepare, because what is coming is beyond their wildest dreams. A restoration of love, of faith, of purpose. They will find themselves surrounded by new allies, new friendships, and new opportunities, each one placed by heaven. But remember, beloved, this is a journey of faith. The courier will not force the message upon you. It will come with a whisper, a gentle nudge, a soft invitation. You must choose to open your heart and say yes. Say yes even when the past tries to convince you to stay closed. Say yes even when the fear tells you it's safer to stay small. Say yes because you were created for more than survival, you were created to thrive. Michael says, tell them their yes is the signal that unlocks the floodgates of heaven. When you say yes, the walls built by doubt will crumble. When you say yes, the miracles reserved for this moment will begin to unfold, in ways you cannot yet imagine. And yes, there will be challenges ahead. The path of awakening is never easy. But you will not walk it alone. The angels are at your side. The forces of light are rallying to your cause. And God Himself watches over every step you take. He says, my beloved child, you are the light that darkness fears. You are the hope that despair cannot extinguish. Walk forward with courage, with faith, with the certainty that you are deeply loved and divinely protected. The journey is yours to claim. So as you breathe in this truth, know that the courier is almost at your door. The moment of breakthrough is imminent. Your heart already knows it. Your spirit already feels it. And Michael smiles, because your destiny is unfolding exactly as it was always meant to. The light is coming. The healing is coming. The restoration is coming. All you must do is open your heart and receive. This is your divine moment. This is your time. And heaven is waiting for your yes. The moment has come, beloved. The courier stands at the threshold of your life, carrying more than words. They bring the power to rewrite your story. This is your divine invitation to step beyond fear and hesitation, beyond the doubts that have held you captive for too long. The spiritual chains are breaking, and you are about to walk into a season where every part of you aligns with the purpose heaven has destined for you. Do not underestimate this moment. It is not ordinary, nor is it random. It is the culmination of prayers whispered in silence, tears shed in loneliness, and faith held through storms. Michael says, this is your breakthrough, your resurrection, your moment to rise. The weight that pressed on your shoulders is lifting, and the light inside you is growing brighter than ever before. Prepare yourself for the signs that will follow, signs that confirm what your heart already knows. A call from the past that brings clarity, a sudden opportunity that breaks the cycle of struggle, a message from a loved one who has waited patiently in the unseen. These are not coincidences, but divine confirmations, that you are on the right path, guided by heavenly hands. Michael warns, stay vigilant. Darkness will not surrender easily. There will be attempts to distract you, to whisper doubts, to make you question your worth. But remember, the courier's arrival is sealed by heaven itself. No weapon, no lie, no betrayal, can stand against the armor that surrounds this message. You are protected by angels, whose wings shield you from harm, whose voices whisper courage into your soul. Their presence is unseen, but deeply felt. When you feel a sudden warmth or an unexplained peace wash over you, know that it is them, standing guard, clearing the path, preparing the way for your destiny. This journey is sacred, and the road ahead requires courage. You must trust what you cannot yet see, believe in what you have yet to fully understand. The courier is bringing what your spirit has longed for, a revelation that will restore what was lost, heal what was broken, and ignite the fire within you once again. Michael says, "Beloved, when you open your heart to this truth, you unlock the fullness of your divine inheritance. The blessings set aside for your name, the promises whispered over your bloodline, the favor written in the heavens, they all come alive in you. Do not allow fear to silence your soul. Speak these words now, whether aloud or in the quiet of your spirit. I accept what heaven has for me, I receive the courier with an open heart, I will not turn away." This declaration is your covenant with the divine, the key that releases the floodgates of miracles into your life. The courier will not come with fanfare or noise, but with a gentle whisper that resonates deep within your being. When you hear it, answer without hesitation. For in that moment, all confusion fades, all doubts dissolve, and the path forward becomes clear. Michael says, "You were created for more than survival, you were born to thrive, to walk boldly in your purpose, to shine your light without apology." Remember, beloved, this is not just about you. It is about generations yet unborn, about the healing of your family line, about the restoration of a legacy that darkness tried to erase. The courier carries a sacred mission, to restore, to redeem, to reclaim what was lost. And you are the chosen vessel for this divine assignment. As the days unfold, watch closely for the signs, the flicker of light when no one else is near, the soft call of your name carried on the wind, the unexpected breakthrough that changes everything. These are the markers of heaven's hand at work in your life. Michael's voice is calm but resolute. Stand firm in faith, beloved. Do not shrink back. This is your time. The tides are turning, the chains are breaking, and your soul is awakening to the fullness of God's promise. So now take a deep breath, and open the door wide. Welcome the courier, welcome the message, welcome the transformation. The journey ahead is filled with divine surprises, holy restoration, and peace that surpasses understanding. You are no longer alone. You are not forgotten. You are chosen. Amen.